I should caveat this with, it was a daily song back in 2019. I wrote and recorded it, the original version of it, in like an hour and a half. Well, I was like dabbling with the lyrics and like writing down bits of lyric as the day went on, and then like sat down and just like figured it out and recorded it in the park. And that was it. And I haven't really changed the song at all. So the first part of it, you can see all the fairies passing by, silver wings, golden light trails as they fly. Of relics left from days before. So this whole first part talks about fairies, and it's creating a magical setting. On their way to a place they have things to do. Fairy dust in your eyes, seeing things anew. That line is about perspective changes, and it's in that magic context intentionally. I believe strongly that magic is essentially science we don't understand yet, which is like, there's an Asimov quote about that, where it's any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. The glowing energy of the light of all life. The glowing energy of the light of all life. The wildlife takes its share in the night. So that line is actually stolen directly from a song by the drummer from Hella. They had a split album in the early 2000s, and his half of it was called Church Gone Wild, and there's a track on it. It actually says the wildlife takes the loser by night. That track of music is about as different from the song as you could possibly get, but I borrowed that lyric form for this. So it fits into the song, but I was trying to fit a lyric in, and I thought about that lyric and I couldn't get it in my head, and I just stuck it in there. So it does fit in the song, but I didn't put it in there specifically trying to send a message with it. Interlude, and then all the trees, Mike OG, talk below the ground. So that line, all the trees, Mike OG, is not actually a word for mushrooms, but mycology is the study of mushrooms, and Mike OG fit as a way to describe mushrooms. So it's talking about the network of roots. Mike, all the trees, and Mike, the original gentleman, just chatting underground. That's right. No, all the trees, Mike OG, talk below the ground, because there is, in fact, interconnected root systems of pretty much all plant life below the Earth's surface. And the current understanding of it is that these major root systems function like very slow, very large brains, where they can, in fact, send signals to each other. So if something is changing in one area, other plants may be able to respond to that. I'm not an expert, but it's worth looking into more. It's very, very cool. All the trees, Michael G, talk below the ground. For their language, a tablet has not been found. That's referring to the Rosetta Stone, basically saying we don't have a way to understand how they're communicating. And implied is that it's because there's no way to translate. They speak so slowly and in such a different way that you couldn't put it in words. It's been this way since days before. Self-explanatory. What they say through the earth, it is not for us. Do they speak through the magma or hardened crust? Self-explanatory, I think. Just Earth words that rhyme and fit the song. Or do they stretch and reach for the stars and out to Mars for dune bugs, and out to Mars for dune bugs, and mountains red with the sand, untouched by man. So I'm specifically referring to the Mars rovers, which are, at this point, essentially a part of Mars until we get there to like reclaim them. So again, I'm drawing this connection between human-made things and nature. And using Mars as an example to indicate how much bigger it is than us or what we have access to. For dune bugs and mountains red with the sand, untouched by man. Thinking ahead, it's never too early to plan. Suggesting that with the natural world being able to communicate with itself so effectively in ways that we can't understand, that Mars would somehow be prepared for our arrival. What that means, I leave open to interpretation, but it is implied that Earth would warn Mars of our arrival, and that the natural world, which is a fantastical way of saying the natural world is on to us. One of these days I'll do like a proper recording of this song, but like I'm not sure where I want to go with it. I've played it so many different ways, like on stream, and I've wanted to do it with like strings, maybe. You can see all the fairies passing by, silver wings, golden light trails as they fly. It's been there of relics left from days before. What, on their way to a place they have things to do. Fairy dust in your eyes, seeing things anew. The glowing energy of the light of all light. The wildlife takes its share in the night. All the trees, Mike O.G., talk below the ground. For their language, a tablet has not been found. It's been this way since days before. What they say through the earth, it is not for us. Do they speak through the magma or hardened crust? Or do they stretch and reach for the stars and out to Mars for dune bugs and mountains red with the sand, untouched by man? Oh, thinking ahead, it's never too early to Wait. I thought I had it. All right, sorry. Well, did not stick the landing on that one.